Have you ever found yourself doing something you've done countless times, something perfectly harmless for years, only to have a sudden, nagging feeling that it's different now? Maybe even a little risky. It's a subtle shift, isn't it? One day you're breezing through life, feeling pretty much the same as you always have, and the next, you realize your body and mind are working on a slightly different operating system. Things that were second nature, things you never gave a second thought to, can suddenly present a hidden danger. It's not about fear, it's about awareness, about giving ourselves the knowledge to navigate this beautiful stage of life with confidence and safety. We all want to enjoy our golden years to the fullest, staying active, independent, and vibrant. But sometimes, the very routines and environments that once supported us can quietly turn into potential pitfalls as we age. It's not because we're doing anything wrong. It's just that our bodies change, our needs shift, and what was once perfectly safe might require a little reevaluation. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 common things that many of us do, or encounter, almost daily, that can suddenly become quite dangerous once we cross that wonderful age of 65. We'll dive into practical, easy-to-understand ways to recognize these shifts and keep ourselves safe. And please, stick with me until the very end, because I'll share something that might truly surprise you. Something crucial for your ongoing well-being. So, let's dive right into the first area where things might quietly shift and become a bit more hazardous: our medicine cabinets. Especially those everyday over-the-counter medications, and even our beloved dietary supplements. For decades, many of us have reached for that familiar bottle of pain reliever for a headache, or an allergy pill when the seasons change, or perhaps a sleep aid when we're feeling restless. We never gave it a second thought. Because, well, they were always safe. Right. They didn't require a prescription. So they must be mild. But here's the surprising truth: as we age, our bodies process medications very, very differently. And what was once a harmless remedy can suddenly become a serious concern. Think about it this way: your liver and kidneys, which are the main organs responsible for breaking down and getting rid of medicines from your system, become a little less efficient as the years go by. It's a natural part of aging. This means that a medication you take might stay in your body for much longer than it used to, leading to a buildup that can increase its effects, or more dangerously, its side effects. The dosage that was perfectly fine when you were 40 might now be too strong for your 65-year-old self, even if it's just an aspirin or an antacid. Let's talk about some specific examples that often catch people unaware. Take non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, like ibuprofen or naproxen. These are brilliant for aches and pains, but for those of us over 65, regular use can start to put a real strain on our kidneys. If you're already taking medication for high blood pressure, or if you have any degree of kidney issues, even mild ones you might not even be aware of, then these common pain relievers can actually counteract your blood pressure medication, or even worsen kidney function. It's a silent interaction that can have serious long-term consequences. Another sneaky culprit is antihistamines, especially the older generation ones like diphenhydramine, which is found in many common allergy and sleep aids. While they might help you drift off, they can also cause significant drowsiness, confusion, and even increase your risk of falls. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, still groggy from a sleep aid, and your balance is already a little off. A quick trip can become a serious injury. These types of medications also have what doctors call anticholinergic effects, meaning they can impact your cognitive function, sometimes making you feel a bit fuzzy-headed or forgetful, which can be easily mistaken for other age-related changes. Then there are decongestants, often found in cold and flu remedies. These can raise your blood pressure and heart rate, which is a real concern if you already have heart conditions or hypertension. What seems like a simple way to clear a stuffy nose can put undue stress on your cardiovascular system. And let's not forget supplements, the world of vitamins, minerals, and herbal remedies is vast, and many people believe that because they're natural, they're inherently safe. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Supplements aren't regulated with the same strictness as prescription drugs, so their purity and potency can vary wildly. More importantly, many popular supplements can interact dangerously with prescription medications. For instance, St. John's wort, often used for mood, can significantly reduce the effectiveness of antidepressants and even birth control pills. And it can also interact with blood thinners. Ginkgo biloba, praised for memory, can increase the risk of bleeding if you're on blood thinners like warfarin. Even seemingly innocuous supplements like high-dose vitamin E can increase bleeding risk. So, what can we do to navigate this new landscape safely? The most crucial step is to treat every single thing you put into your body, whether it's a prescription, an over-the-counter pain reliever, a vitamin, or an herbal tea, as something that could have an effect. Your best friend in this journey is your doctor and your pharmacist. Before you take any new over-the-counter medication or supplement, even if you've used it for years, have a conversation with them. Ask, is this safe for me? Given my current health conditions and the other medications I'm taking, they have the knowledge to spot potential interactions that you might never even imagine. It's also incredibly helpful to maintain an up-to-date, comprehensive list of all the medications and supplements you're taking. And I mean everything. Keep it in your wallet, on your fridge, or in a notes app on your phone. Bring this list with you to every single doctor's appointment, every pharmacy visit, and certainly if you ever end up in the emergency room. This simple act can provide healthcare professionals with critical information that could literally save your life. Remember, it's not about ditching your trusted remedies entirely, but about using them wisely and with an awareness of how your body has changed. Start with the lowest possible dose, if you must take something, and monitor how you feel, if anything seems off, or if a new symptom appears. Stop taking it and contact your doctor. Being proactive about your medications, even the seemingly harmless ones, is a cornerstone of safe and healthy aging. Now that we've discussed the silent dangers hiding in our medicine cabinets, let's consider another common activity that might need a little more thought and care getting behind the wheel. Moving on from the world of medications, let's talk about something many of us do almost every day and associate deeply with our independence driving. For decades, we've probably driven without a second thought, navigating busy streets, bustling highways, and familiar routes. But as we age, subtle changes in our physical and cognitive abilities can make driving, especially in certain conditions, significantly more dangerous than it once was. This isn't about losing your independence. It's about making smart choices to ensure your safety and the safety of others on the road. One of the biggest culprits is our vision. As we get older, our eyes naturally undergo changes. Our night vision often diminishes, making it harder to see in low light or judge distances in the dark. Glare from oncoming headlights can become incredibly dazzling, taking much longer for our eyes to recover. Our peripheral vision can narrow, meaning we might not spot something coming from the side as easily. Combine this with slightly slower reaction times, a natural part of aging, and the challenges of driving become apparent. You might find yourself gripping the wheel tighter, feeling more stressed in heavy traffic, or realizing you're missing street signs you used to spot instantly. It's not a sudden event, but a gradual process, which can make it hard to notice until a near miss or a stressful driving experience makes it painfully clear. Our hearing can also play a role. Missing the siren of an emergency vehicle, or not hearing a car horn, can be more common than you think, and even subtle changes in flexibility can impact driving, making it harder to turn your head to check blind spots or look over your shoulder quickly. So, what are the actionable steps we can take first and foremost? Regular eye exams are critical. Don't just go when you think something is wrong. Make them an annual priority. Talk to your eye doctor about specific concerns you have regarding driving vision. Secondly, consider self-assessment. Are you truly comfortable driving at night in heavy rain or snow in rush hour traffic? If you find yourself avoiding certain conditions or feeling unusually stressed, that's a signal to pay attention to. Many communities and driving schools offer older driver assessments, which can provide an objective evaluation of your skills and suggest areas for improvement, or perhaps recommend adjustments. It might mean adjusting your driving habits, try to schedule errands for daylight hours, or avoid peak traffic times. Explore alternative transportation options, like public transport, ride-sharing services, or asking a trusted friend or family member for a lift when conditions are challenging. Keeping your car well-maintained, with clean headlights and a spotless windshield, can also make a surprising difference. Remember, choosing when and where to drive is an act of self-care and responsibility. It ensures you remain safe and confident on the road, for as long as it's truly safe. Now, let's shift our focus from the road outside to the environment within our own homes. Your home, your sanctuary, the place where you should feel safest and most comfortable, can ironically become one of the most dangerous places as we age if we're not mindful. We're talking about falls, which are a leading cause of injury and even death among older adults. What might have been a minor stumble in your younger years can now lead to serious fractures, head injuries, or a long recovery period. Think about the seemingly innocent things: that loose rug you've had for years by the front door, the stack of magazines by your favorite chair, the dim lighting in the hallway leading to the bathroom at night. These were probably never issues before. You had quicker reflexes, stronger bones, better balance, and perhaps sharper vision. But as we age, balance can become less stable, muscles weaken, bones become more brittle, and our ability to quickly recover from a trip diminishes significantly. Add to that factors like medications that cause dizziness, or vision changes that make it harder to spot hazards, and you have a recipe for disaster. So, how do we transform our homes from potential hazard zones into truly safe havens? It's all about prevention and small, thoughtful adjustments. Start with lighting. Ensure every room is brightly lit, especially pathways, stairs, and bathrooms. Consider installing night lights in hallways and bedrooms, and even motion sensor lights. You want to be able to see clearly, day and night. Next, focus on your floors. Those beautiful throw rugs can be terrible tripping hazards. If you must have them, make sure they have non-slip backing, or better yet, consider removing them entirely in high traffic areas. Keep pathways clear of clutter, shoes, cords, newspapers, even pet toys. Secure any loose electrical cords so they aren't pathways for a trip. In the bathroom, a simple non-slip mat in the shower or tub is essential. Consider installing grab bars near the toilet and in the shower. These aren't just for people with mobility issues. They're smart safety devices for everyone. An elevated toilet seat can also make getting up and down much easier and safer. For stairs, if you have them, make sure there are handrails on both sides, and that they are well lit and free of any obstacles. Don't use the stairs for temporary storage, and think about your footwear around the house. Bare feet or floppy slippers can increase your fall risk. Opt for sturdy, supportive, non-slip shoes or slippers with good traction. Finally, avoid using step stools or climbing on chairs to reach high shelves. A long-handled grabber tool is a much safer alternative. Making these adjustments isn't about giving up your comfort or style. It's about making conscious choices to protect yourself. It empowers you to move freely and confidently within your own home, reducing the risk of a fall that could significantly impact your independence and quality of life. By addressing these potential dangers proactively, you're investing in your long-term well-being and continuing to live your best life. Next, we'll dive into how our bodies communicate with us and why it's so vital to listen carefully when you're over 65. Now, let's talk about something incredibly personal and often overlooked: how we interpret and respond to our own bodies. For years, We've probably pushed through minor aches, pains, or unusual sensations, chalking them up to just being tired or a bit of stiffness. But once you turn 65, ignoring what might seem like minor aches and pains, or dismissing new symptoms, can suddenly become a far more dangerous habit. What was once a simple inconvenience or a sign of overdoing it might now be your body's subtle, yet urgent, signal about a more serious underlying health issue. Our bodies are incredible at sending us signals, but as we age, these signals can sometimes become less obvious, or we might misinterpret them. The classic signs of conditions like a heart attack or stroke can be much less dramatic in older adults. Instead of crushing chest pain, it might be persistent indigestion, unusual fatigue, or a sudden shortness of breath. A lingering cough might be more than just a cold. Unexplained weight loss could be a symptom of something serious. We often attribute new symptoms to just old age, which can dangerously delay diagnosis and treatment. The danger lies in that delay. Catching a health problem early significantly improves the chances of successful treatment and a better outcome. Waiting, hoping it will go away, or assuming it's nothing, can allow a treatable condition to progress into something far more difficult to manage, or even life-threatening. A persistent nagging pain might not just be arthritis. It could be a larger bone issue. Unexplained fatigue might not just be being tired. It could be an undiagnosed thyroid problem or anemia. So, how do we change this potentially dangerous habit? It starts with active listening to your body. Pay attention to any new or persistent symptoms, no matter how small. Are you more tired than usual? Is that ache lasting longer? Has your digestion changed? It's about developing a keen awareness of your personal baseline. What's normal for you? And recognizing when something deviates. The next crucial step is to communicate effectively with your doctor. Don't feel like you're being a hypochondriac. Write down your symptoms when they started, how long they last, what makes them better or worse. Be specific if you're unsure. It's always better to get it checked out. Your doctor is your partner in health, and their job is to help you understand what's going on. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You are your own best advocate. And being proactive about your health is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Finally, let's talk about a silent danger that many of us overlook. Even though it's incredibly simple to address hydration, it might seem obvious, but maintaining proper hydration becomes surprisingly more challenging and more critical. After the age of 65, our bodies change in subtle ways that make us more susceptible to dehydration, and the consequences can be much more severe. One key change is that our sense of thirst diminishes as we age. You might not feel thirsty even when your body is crying out for fluids. Couple this with some common medications, especially diuretics, which can increase fluid loss, and it's easy to see how quickly you can become dehydrated without realizing it. Reduced kidney function also means your kidneys aren't as efficient at conserving water. The dangers of dehydration are far-reaching. Even mild dehydration can lead to dizziness, confusion, fatigue, and headaches. For older adults, this translates directly into an increased risk of falls. Dehydration can also worsen constipation, contribute to urinary tract infections, lead to kidney problems, and in severe cases, cause heat stroke. Sometimes, the confusion and dizziness caused by dehydration are mistaken for serious cognitive decline, when all you really need is a glass of water. The solution is wonderfully simple: proactive hydration. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. By then, you're already partially dehydrated. Make drinking water a habit throughout the day. Keep a water bottle or a glass of water always within reach, by your bedside, next to your favorite chair, in the kitchen, and even in your car. If plain water feels boring, try infusing it with slices of lemon, cucumber, or berries, herbal teas, diluted fruit juices, and even water-rich foods like melons and oranges can also contribute to your fluid intake. Be mindful of drinks that can actually dehydrate you, such as excessive amounts of caffeine or alcohol. And if you're taking medications that are diuretics, always talk to your doctor about your individual hydration needs. A simple way to check your hydration level is to look at your urine color. If it's pale yellow, you're likely well hydrated. If it's dark, it's a clear sign you need to drink more. Making hydration a non-negotiable part of your daily routine is one of the easiest yet most impactful ways to safeguard your health, energy, and cognitive function. We've covered some really important ground today, haven't we? From medications to driving, home safety, listening to your body, and staying hydrated. We've explored common areas where simple awareness can prevent potential dangers as we age. It might feel like a lot to take in, but remember, this isn't about fear or limitations. It's about empowerment through knowledge. It's about understanding the subtle shifts that come with age and making small, proactive adjustments that can make a monumental difference in your safety, comfort, and overall quality of life. Your golden years should be about thriving, about enjoying every moment, and about feeling confident in your ability to navigate the world around you. The surprise I mentioned at the beginning. It's this. The most powerful tool you have for navigating these changes isn't a new medication or a fancy gadget. It's your own awareness, your willingness to adapt, and your commitment to open communication with your healthcare providers and loved ones. You are not alone in experiencing these shifts, and by being informed, you become your strongest advocate. Small changes, consistent awareness, and a proactive approach truly can make all the difference to your health, happiness, and independence as you age. I truly hope this conversation has been helpful and insightful for you. Please share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help so many others in our community. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more helpful content designed to help you live your best life. At every age, thank you for spending this time with me. Stay safe, stay well, and keep embracing every wonderful moment of your journey.